How Wags almost missed the show. It was a busy morning in the studio. Steve was checking the cameras and MJ was tuning her guitars. James was at the control panels and Joe was asleep. "Wake up, Joe!" called MJ, moving across to tidy up the set. "There's a lot to do." Joe yawned and stretched. "Sorry, I didn't mean to fall asleep. What's happening?" "You can't have forgotten," said James. "Everyone will be here soon." Are they coming for lunch?" asked Steve hopefully. James shook his head. "Of course not. We are making a television program right here in the studio." Just then, Captain Feathersword, Henry the Octopus, and Dorothy the Dinosaur arrived. "Hello," MJ greeted them. "We're nearly ready. Where's Wags?" Captain Feathersword, Henry, and Dorothy looked worried. "Isn't he here?" they asked. "No," replied James. "We thought he was coming with you."
"Oh, he went for a run this morning and decided to have come straight here," said Captain Feathersword. "I hope he won't be long. We need him for the show."
"Perhaps he's got a stage fright and doesn't want to perform," suggested Dorothy. Henry laughed.
"Not Wags. He has been practicing for weeks. And he's so excited about having his own spot in the show."
"Perhaps we should look for him," suggested Steve. "There's not much to do here," everyone agreed.
"Dorothy and Henry and I will look around here and you four take the big red car," said Captain Feathersword.
The Wiggly squads piled in the big red car. Steve was grabbing an apple to ward his hunger and pangs and drove off to the road. They passed a cow in a paddock. "Have you seen Wags?" they asked. "Moo," replied the cow, shaking her head. They passed a flock of sheep. "Have you seen Wags?" that asked the Wiggly squads. "Bah, bah," said the sheep. "The trouble is," said MJ, "we don't know where to look." Just then, a pelican flew above, flapping its wings and making pelican sounds. Joe pointed to the pelican. "That pelican is trying to tell us something. I think it wants to follow it." The pelican nodded and flapped its wings. It flew towards a lake and out across the water. "The big red car can go on the water," said James. "Look," said Steve, pointing to the middle of the lake. "There's a small boat. Was Wags with a fishing rod in his paws." The Wiggly squads rushed to the shore. They waved and shouted, "Hey Wags! You'll be late for our television program at the studio!" Wags looked up in enchantment. He grasped the oars and rowed back to the shore.
"I'm sorry," he said. "I didn't realize I was late."
It was peaceful out there on the lake and I thought of spotted fishing might calm my nerves before the show. Time to just slip away. "We were worried about you," said MJ. "We're glad you're safe, but we'd better get back to the studio." "I'm woofed," Wags, running over to the paddocks and in the direction of the studio while the big red car follows behind. Everyone was pleased to see that Wags was safe and sound. "With the show on, me hearties!" cried Captain Feathersword. The cast took their places. "Action!" called the director and the program began. When Wags turned to, he came amaze everyone. He walked along the narrow beam and balanced on a ball with his nose and he juggled 5 balls at once. Everyone cheered. "Wags the star of the Wiggly squads!" cried Steve. "Hooray for Wags!"